Hey guys, this is Mr. Grice for Algebra 1, Unit 3 Review Booklet. We're going to be working on this to help prepare you for your test. So let's go ahead and get started. Now my pages are a little bit different than you, so I'm going to be bouncing around to different things, okay? So our first one, writing slope-intercept equations. When we write slope-intercept equations, we need to remember that y equals mx plus b, where m is your slope and the b is your y-intercept. And remember that that is a point, and it's always going to be 0 and a number. Okay? So, for example number 1, where it says write a slope-intercept equation, reading the directions, slope-intercept, we wanted in y equals mx plus b, of a line that has a slope of negative 2/3 and a y-intercept of 6. So what I like to do on the side is just to reinforce, whoops, what they are. So our slope is negative 2/3 and the b is 0, 6. So when we plug that in, the slope goes here and the y-intercept goes there. We get negative 2/3 x plus 6. Okay, and that's just filling in the blanks. And the reason we do it like that is because when you start looking at things like example number 2, you're going to be like, oh, look, that's my slope because it's a fraction. Well, good try, but it says right there that it's the y-intercept, okay? So that's why I like to write slope of 5, our y-intercept is 0 and negative 1, 4. So when we plug that in, you get 5x minus 1/4. Okay? Okay, so example number 3 says to write a slope-intercept equation of the following lines. So when we're doing slope-intercept from a picture, we need to know the slope and we need to know the y-intercept. So you go from one point to the other. I go down 1 and to the right 3. So that means my slope is negative 1/3. My y-intercept is where it crosses the y-axis, and that is at the point 0, 3. So then we take all that information and plug it in. So we get negative 1/3 x plus 3. Okay? Why don't you guys try the next one on your own? Go ahead and pause the video, and good luck. And you should get y equals 3x plus 3. Now, what is the difference between an intercept and an intersect? So, intercept. What does it end with? PT, so intercept is a point. And intersect, let's see if I can spell that right. That's the other word that we were talking about. Intersect is an action when things connect. One of the questions we always ask is, where do two lines intersect? And then you would show me on the graph, okay? So here we go. Point slope is the next part on the left-hand side. All right, point slope is an equation you need to know. So you need to memorize. Y minus y1 equals your slope, x minus x1. Okay. A lot of you know it like, oops, that where you just kind of fill in the blanks. Okay. That's right too, but just know that all those blanks have specific things that go in there. Okay. So we got to be careful that we actually read the directions and see what it's asking us for. It's asking us for point slope. So that's all they want. And then we have to figure out what the slope is, 1/2, and then our points. That's the x, and that's the y. So y minus 5 equals 1/2 x plus 3. And remember, no double signs. If you have this, it's wrong. Okay, so don't do it. Okay, let's do another example together. Let's write a point slope of a line that passes through the point 8, -1. So there's our x and there's our y. And that's a slope of -3. So our slope of -3 goes where the slope goes. It's a -1, we change that to a positive, and then the x is just 8. Okay. Why don't you guys try number 3 and see if you can get it all on your own. Okay, that's where the 4 and that's where the 6 goes, and then the slope is -2/3. All right, let's move on to, so I gotta try to find page 3. Page 3, where are you? Nope. I don't think so. I don't think so. Oh, there we go. All right. So write a slope-intercept. So now it's asking for slope-intercept of an equation that passes through 6, -3, and 2, 3. So now what we're doing is, hey, can you plug in correctly into point slope? There's your slope, +3 and 6, but now can you solve it? Okay, so you need to practice your distributing. 2/3 x. 2 times 6 is 12, divided by 3 is 4. And then to solve, we subtract the 3, and we get y equals 2/3 x minus 7. Okay? Now, you're doing the same thing in example number 2. Why don't you guys pause the video and see if you can do that one all on your own. Good luck. Okay, and when you solve that one, you should get y equals -1/4 x. Okay, example number 3 says write the following equation in slope-intercept form. So everything's kind of jacked around, and we got to get it in the right spot. So all we're doing for this problem is we solve for y. Okay, so we have to subtract 2x to both sides, and we get -3y equals -2x minus 12. You have to be very careful with your negative signs here. And then we get y equals 2/3 x plus 4. All right. Now we're on to parallel lines, right? So parallel lines have the exact same slope, okay? The exact same slope. Oops. Sorry guys, you don't have this part right here, so kind of ignore that. So when the directions tell us to write a slope-intercept equation of a line parallel, what we want to do is we're going to steal that slope, and then we're going to go into point slope. Because our new slope is the negative 2/3, and then we've got our x and our y. So that, I'm sorry, I'm just going to rewrite that because that's a +4. Okay? So go ahead and distribute. Negative 2/3 times 9 gives us a +6. And then we subtract 4 to both sides. And we get y equals negative 2/3 x plus 2. All right, let's do another one together. So it's saying write a slope-intercept equation of a line parallel. So there we go, it's parallel. We got to steal the slope, and there's our point. Our slope is negative 1/2. Changes to a +2 and a -8. Go ahead and pause the video and see if you can solve it all on your own. Okay, you should get y equals negative 1/2 x plus 2. And the number 2, you guys are all on your own, okay? Pause the video, see if you can do it all by yourself. Okay, and you get y equals 3/5 x plus 9. All right, let's look for our next page. Nope, not vertical lines. Not that one. Perpendicular lines, here we are. All right, so perpendicular lines have slopes that are opposite reciprocal. So what that means is when we're looking at this, it tells you slope-intercept form. So what we've been doing, going through and solve, perpendicular, we still steal the slope, okay? In this equation, the slope is 5/1, but I want the opposite reciprocal. So if it's positive, it's now negative, and then I take the reciprocal, I flip it, okay? But the rest of it's the same now, where you have to go into point slope. Our new slope is negative 1/5. And then plug in your point, okay? Turns into a positive 3 and a 5. Go ahead and distribute. Negative 1/5 times negative 5 gives us a positive 1. Subtract 3 to both sides. And we get y equals negative 1/5 x minus 2. Okay, so in example 2, write a slope-intercept equation of a line that is perpendicular, you should be going over here, taking your slope, which is -2/1. I want the opposite reciprocal. Okay, and now after we do that, we plug in. My opposite reciprocal slope is 1/2. Why don't you guys go ahead and solve? Pause the video and good luck. Okay, and you should be getting y equals 1/2 x plus 5. Okay, example number 3. Sorry guys, that should say 3. You're all on your own. You're doing the same thing. Pause the video and good luck. Okay, and you should get y equals 1/4 x minus 3. Okay, the next one we're looking for is slope. There we go. Now, slope is another equation that you need to memorize. So, what they want is they want a point slope. Remember, point slope is that right there. Equation that passes through the points 2, -3, and 8, 6. So, if those are our points, the first thing we have to do is figure out what the slope is. So we got 6 minus 3, and then we got 8 minus 2. 6 plus 3 is 9, and 8 minus 2 is 6. And when you reduce that by dividing the top and bottom by 3, you get 3/2. You guys should be able to do this right now, okay? Your slope is 3/2. You can pick any point that you want to. If you used 6, 8, there it is, or 8, 6. Or if you picked the other one, your slope is still the same, but all they wanted right now is they said, hey, just give us the point slope, okay? So you could have this one or right there, whichever one you chose to do, okay? So once again, write a point slope equation. Let's see what happens. -4 and 4. -5 and 1. -4 minus 4 is -8. And -5 plus 1 is -4. And that reduces to a, oh, that turns to a +2. Okay? Okay, remember, either one of these is going to be correct. It just depends which point you use. Did you use the -5, -4 one? Or did you use the -1, +4 one? Okay, example number 3, you're all on your own. Pause the video and good luck. Okay, and you should get y minus 8 equals -10/3 x plus 4. Okay? And if you used the other one, it would have been y plus 2 equals negative 10/3 parentheses x plus 1. Okay? If you have any questions on that part, guys, I'm actually going to stop the video right now because this is going so long. So this will be video 1, pages 1 through 6, and the next video will be pages 7 through 12. Okay? Thanks for watching. If you need help, come find us. Thanks for watching.